This is a great example of a question that has a 10-second solution as a 2-minute solution. So first, I want to go through the 2-minute solution because the theory of that is actually how you get to the 10-second solution. So let's get started. In the figure above, points P and Q lie on the circle with center O. What is the value of S? Okay, well, we get root 3 minus root 3 and 1. So let's just look at a triangle here. I'm not worried about where it lies on the coordinate plane, so I'm just going to say root 3 and 1 here. And that's 90 degrees. So you'll recognize these as 30, 60, 90. So this is opposite the 30, that's opposite the 60, and obviously the 90 has a 2 here. So what that indicates here is that the two sides of the triangle, of course, are not necessarily even. We're not just reflecting this and saying that's 30, because this has to be 180, right? That has to add to 180. So 30 plus 90 is 150. That's clearly not going to work. So this part has to make up the difference. 30 plus 90 is 120 plus 60. The triangle's legs actually are going to be flipped. So what you're going to get here is 1 and root 3. So we're asked for the value of S, and the value of S is just this part. So that value of S, of course, is 1, as opposed to root 3. So the key here is not to just assume that the triangles are reflected, even though it looks as if they are. Now, the 10-second way to do it, if you've got a situation with a 45-degree angle here, the only real circumstance where you would be reflected is if you have a perfect 45, 90, where you would get the proportion 1, 1, root 2, 1, 1, root 2. I'm not talking about this triangle, just in general. Then you could reflect that, but that's because these angles are equal. So this and this would have to be equal in order for it to reflect. So if it's anything else, basically, we could go back here and say, if we get different angles, so let's say we have X and we have Y, and then this is still 90, the value here, whatever these are, this A and B, you can assume that they're going to be inverted, that this is going to be B and A, because the Y is making up the difference between the X plus 90 and vice versa. The X is making up the difference between the Y plus 90. So one can simply look at this and say, okay, look, if we can assume that this is not absolutely reflected, which it clearly isn't because of the proportion between the sides here, then you would just invert the sides here. You're looking at a triangle, it's 1 and square root 3 here. So that's the 10-second solution, just realizing that the two legs would be flipped. If you enjoyed this video and you found it useful, the best way to support the channel would be to click like or subscribe on YouTube. And if you're interested, we have a free 52-page rates guide. So if you look in the text below the video, then you'll see the link to the rates guide. So if you're having any trouble with those rates questions, that'll be super helpful for you. And also, if you're interested in any of the other videos, you can certainly click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video and check out a few more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.